Honestly, it's gonna be a little bit nice to not have to walk or do anything ourselves today. Just sit on a boat, sit on a bus, sit on another boat.
Enjoy the view.
Yeah, we've been on the move for so much for a while now, so it's gonna be nice to just tag along for the ride. So we've driven to Manapuri, and we're gonna take a boat, and then we're gonna take a bus, and then we're gonna take another boat and see Doubtful Sound. We knew that we wanted to go out on one of the fjords when we were in Fiordland, and we ended up going with Doubtful Sound. It's a little bit more expensive than Milford Sound because there you have a ferry going every 20 minutes and you have helicopters going, so there are a lot of options, but it's also much more crowded. And from what we heard, if you go out on a ferry, you can always hear at least one helicopter in the air and you see a lot of other boats, which is why we ended up doing Doubtful Sound, even though it's a little bit more pricey. The reason why you're able to go to Doubtful Sound, the landway, is because there's a power plant between Lake Manapuri and Doubtful Sound. And when they built the power plant, they figured that the easiest way to get material to the building site was to build a road across one of the passes from Doubtful Sound and Lake Manapuri. We were super lucky when we went out to Doubtful Sound, and there were a few dolphins swimming around, and they even jumped, and you can hear a lot of the passengers on the ship oohing and awing and when seeing the dolphins. Now, Doubtful Sound got its name from Captain Cook, who was one of the first European explorers to explore New Zealand. And when he got around the South Island, he named most of the fjords there. And when he got to Doubtful Sound, he looked at the angle the wind was coming in from and the way the currents were going, and I figured there's a good chance that if I go in here with my wood sail ship, that I will have a very bad time trying to get out, which is why he named it Doubtful Sound, because he doubted that he was going to be able to get out again. The tour takes basically half a day, and you're on the boat in Doubtful Sound for about 2 to 3 hours, and it goes all the way out to the Tasman Sea, or the opening of Doubtful Sound. So you get to see just the vast ocean that lies beyond the sound itself. Now, I know it's hard to convey scale on videos like these, but if you see the ship over there, or if we zoom in and you see the ship over there, just to give a sense of scale, if we zoom out again, you can see how absolutely massive the mountains are. And it was just an incredible feeling to be out there in the sounds, almost all by ourselves. I realized that it looks ridiculous to save a few bucks on tea and cookies when we just spent a few $100s to go out into Doubtful Sound. But here we are, on top of a ship, bringing our own tea and lunch. The ship also goes into one of the arms of the fjord, and eventually they also get into a bay and turn off the engines, so you're able to hear all the birds singing in the forest. Just take in the moment. It was such a great moment where you just feel like you're alone in this stunning landscape. Now, a sound and a fjord are two different things geologically speaking, where a fjord is created from glaciers, whereas a sound is created from a river hollowing out a mountain, which means that they have slightly different shapes. And Doubtful Sound is definitely a fjord, given how it was created. But the announcer on the boat told us that a sound also had more meanings, because back in the day, they needed places where they could stay overnight without worrying about rough seas or a lot of wind, and they would often call those sounds. So that's why they were named Milford Sound and Dusky Sound and Doubtful Sound. Now, I haven't been able to verify this, but I figured it was a cool story. If you made it all the way till the end of this video, then thank you so much. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, it would mean a lot. And if you want to see us again in the future, don't hesitate to subscribe. If we ever go back to Doubtful Sound, then we're definitely doing the overnight stay. We met some other people on our travels who did the overnight stay, and they had an absolute incredible experience. So that's what we're aiming for. Until then, take care, be kind, and goodbye.